War Cabinet unanimously decided Israel will continue its operation in Rafah. Hamas's proposal is far from Israel's core demands. Nevertheless, Israel will dispatch a ranking delegation to Egypt to maximize any chance of an agreement on terms acceptable to Israel.
Israel ordering the evacuation of Palestinians from eastern Rafah ahead of a ground invasion of the city has led to some strong reactions coming in from other countries, with the United Nations rights chief calling Israel's order inhumane. Now, Israel's military has ordered tens of thousands of people in southern Gaza city of Rafah to evacuate, signaling that a long-expected ground invasion could be imminent. This evacuation order comes as ceasefire talks between Israel and the Palestinian group Hamas has hit an impasse amid intense disagreements between the warring sides. Now, this evacuation order comes as ceasefire talks between Israel and the Palestinian group Hamas has hit an impasse amid intense disagreements between the warring sides. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed to send ground forces into Rafah to attack Hamas fighters regardless of any truce, despite key ally the United States, other countries and aid groups raising their concerns over an impending humanitarian crisis. Meanwhile, the Norwegian Refugee Council has condemned Israeli army's forced unlawful evacuation order in Rafah, saying that it could lead to, quote-unquote, the deadliest phase of this conflict. United Nations agencies, aid groups have warned of devastating consequences of any military assault on Rafah after Israel ordered tens of thousands to evacuate the city in southern Gaza. Meanwhile, the Egyptian Ministry of Foreign Affairs in a statement has urged Israel to exercise the highest levels of self-restraint and to avoid any more escalations at this very sensitive time, with negotiations for a truce and captive release ongoing. Meanwhile, Jordanian Foreign Minister Ayman Safadi has said in a statement that another massacre of the Palestinians is in the making, adding that failure to prevent this massacre will be an indelible stain on the international community. President Joe Biden has said that he would not supply offensive weapons that Israel could use to launch an all-out assault on Rafah, the last major Hamas stronghold in Gaza, over the concerns for the well-being of more than 1 million civilians who have been taking shelter there. Biden, in an interview with CNN, said that the U.S. was still committed to Israel's defense and would supply Iron Dome rocket interceptors and other defensive arms. But that if Israel does go into Rafah, he said, and I quote, "We are not going to supply the weapons and artillery shells that are being used." The United States historically has provided enormous amounts of military aid to Israel over the years. Now, that has only accelerated in the aftermath of Hamas's October the 7th attack that killed more than 1,000 people in Israel, leading to about 250 being taken captive by the Hamas militants. US President Joe Biden's comments and his decision last week to pause the shipment of heavy bombs to Israel is perhaps the most striking indication of the growing differences between the administration and Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government. US President Joe Biden said that Israel's actions around Rafah had not yet crossed his red lines, but has repeated that Israel needs to do far more to protect the lives of civilians in Gaza. Now, Israel over the years has been an exceptional ally of Washington. The US offers unconditional financial, military and political support for Israel, which has long been occupying Palestinian territory since 1967. Israel is an undeclared nuclear power but has never really faced any global scrutiny or pushback thanks to the protection that has been offered by the United States over the years. Israel is also the largest recipient of America's aid. Both Israel and the United States have a deep defense partnership which involves joint research and development and weapons production as well. But with Israel refusing to relent and the message not going through, United States' decision of not sending bombs to Israel is perhaps an indication of Joe Biden's growing frustration and discontent with Benjamin Netanyahu. The hold on the bombs represent a significant turning point in the 76-year-old relationship between United States and Israel. Well, Mr. Joe Biden hopes that the selective pause will prompt Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel to forego a long-threatened invasion of Rafah, where more than 1 million Palestinians have taken refuge. The question is, will it work?